So we're going to look at shaking in masculine and feminine polarity work. First we're going to learn to shake in neutral, then we'll learn to shake in the masculine, and this is about bringing the spine upright, so we really learn to pull the energy through our body. We'll also learn to shake in the feminine. This is much more about relaxing and surrendering so energy flows through our body. The masculine and the feminine ways of shaking are related to Taoism and the microcosmic orbit, so it's how the two different polarities run through our body. We'll also look at opening the hips, just to create a bit more fluidity in the pelvis so things move more freely. And in the end, we'll look at Osho Kundalini Shaking, which when our whole energy body's open, it's more that we vibrate. So first is shaking in neutral. And this is just a normal Qigong stance. We come hip width apart, feet facing forward, and we slightly bend our knees so we can maybe see the tips of our toes, it's not too far, and then we just tuck the tailbone. And as we do this, we can almost like sit down in our bum, our shoulders open, we just fully relax the body, and we start to bounce up and down. And we're going to breathe in through the nose deeply, breathing into the belly first, into the stomach first, the air rises, expands the rib cage, and then we breathe out through the mouth. But we imagine we're breathing out through these lips on our throat. If you do yoga, it's much like ujjayi breathing. So we just... You might hear this little sound as the air comes out, and this just helps the body relax and open up. When we learn to shake in the masculine, we're using the muscles in the pelvic floor, so the PC muscle and the sphincter in the anus. Now, we need to learn, if we can, to relax the abdominals at the same time. So when we do yoga, we do mula bandha. So we tense the sphincter in the anus, the PC muscle, and the abdominal muscles. All the energy comes up through the body, and in this mode, we're bypassing our lower chakras. So this means we don't really put energy into the stomach. We go past where our emotions are. We're trying to bring more energy into this part of our body to wake up our Kundalini, our emotional body. So we want to learn to use these muscles in the pelvic floor while keeping the stomach soft. This might mean we need to do more de-armouring first. So to begin with, if your stomach goes in, that's fine. But we want to aim for just the PC muscle and the Beckenboulder. So as we tense these up, then we can relax every other muscle in the body. There's a little bit of tension in the knees, otherwise we'd fall over, but then as we hold the PC muscle and the Beckenboulder, the spine becomes completely erect. All the other muscles can just hang off. It's almost if we try to do a back bend, we can't go over because our spine is held so tightly with the muscles in our pelvic floor. And as I release these muscles, then my back falls over. And as we do this, this means that all the organs and the way that they connect to the spine relaxes, the muscles relax off the body, and the whole body. And because we're pulling from our pelvic floor, that means we're bringing the chi, the prana, up through the spine. Now the masculine pathway is going up the spine, it circulates around the top of our head. We have an advanced practice, we can put the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and then this energy circulates back down, and then we store our chi, our prana, our life force in our dantian, around the navel area. And as we shake in the masculine, and this is good to do just for 2 minutes a day, it really helps to open up the body. Next, we're going to learn to open the hips. And when we open the hips, we're almost imagining that my hands are attached. So wherever my hands go, my hips go. And as I roll myself backwards, it's almost like I'm wheeling my hips. Now I want my spine to bend in 4 places. I want it to bend once, twice, 3 times, and the neck. And I'm going to breathe in and out through my mouth. So as I breathe, now each time I come up, I want to tense the pelvic floor so then energy comes rushing up the spine, and then I relax. Now if I tip my head back, I breathe in fully, if I breathe in a little bit more, I get the maximum amount of air. So as I breathe in, and each in-breath I'm tensing the PC muscle and the sphincter in the anus, and I'm releasing. I'm tensing and I'm releasing. Tense. And this helps energy move through, it unblocks the spine, and it really starts to open up the hips. Next, we're going to learn to shake in the feminine. Shaking in the feminine is different. The feminine likes to change her mind. Ultimately, what we're doing is we're allowing more energy, more life force, chi, into the body. Now, with the Beckenbod and the PC muscle, we want to learn to pump it. So we just pump the muscle. Now, depending where your practice is, maybe you can only pump this muscle on the in-breath and let go. As we've de-armoured your pelvic floor more, you'll start to have more control over these muscles. So eventually you'll be able to breathe in and keep pumping it. And as your practice develops, you'll also be able to pump it as you breathe out. But it's good to keep changing it. What works today might not work tomorrow. Your body's going to want to respond in different ways. Now, as we pump this muscle, we're drawing energy into the body. So we just surrender. In the masculine, we're very forceful, the spine's erect, we're strong, we're pulling the energy in. In the feminine, all we need to do is pump these muscles and then we relax the body. As the whole body relaxes and we pump the pelvic floor muscles, then energy starts to move into the body. If the stomach's relaxed and the spine's open, we'll see where the blocks are in our energetic system. Now, if we have a lot of blocks in our hips, in our root chakra, in our sacral chakra, our hips will we want to sort of do this kind of movement because the energy's stuck in the stomach. Now, bringing energy through our body in this way isn't going to clear our trauma, it's not going to take away our blocks. But the best way we clear our trauma and take away our blocks is when our energy body is open. So when we find this movement of going side to side, we just need to learn to start to bring this wave in that we learnt when we open the hips. So as this movement's coming from here, and I'm pumping my muscles, as I bring this wave in, I can come up to the next part, I find the next block. If I'm blocked in my solar plexus area, just above the navel, then the stomach might start to move a little bit differently. If I'm blocked in my heart, I might find that my chest is going to go. When we come up to the neck, you might find you start banging your head in the air, on the floor, if you're doing this practice when you're laid down. Each time, once we get to the top, once we fully open our energetic body, then chi, prana, life force flows through us so much more freely with so much more ease, and then it's easier to take our blocks away to work on our energetic body. So as we're moving with this movement, we're just learning to pump the muscles. As we go further advanced into de-armouring the pelvic floor and learning to use the sphincter in the anus, to use the PC muscle independently, we can create different practices that let us move more energy. But to begin with, we're just letting this move. Now we might want to shake a little, we might want to go side to side. The feminine has a lot more freedom. As long as we're always relaxing the body, not dancing, not controlling it with the arms, then the energy will move in the right kind of way. Once our energy body's open, once we've shaped in the masculine, we've opened the hips, and in the feminine, eventually we might find that we just want to be still. And then when we become still, the body might just start vibrating because energy's moving through it. Now, if you've ever done Osho Kundalini Shaking, this is where the process starts. What we learn today is really good to do before. It helps build our body, it helps expand our energetic system, our nervous system, our meridians. And when we do Osho Kundalini Shaking, this should already be open, and we should just be able to relax. And then as this vibration starts to move through the body, the more we relax, the more the body vibrates. And then from here, anything can happen. It can become wild and crazy, it can become very subtle and meditative. It's different depending how the energy moves through our body. But having this practice of neutral, masculine, opening the hips, and the feminine every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes, really opens our body, and learning to use the pelvic floor allows life force in. If you'd like to sign up to my YouTube channel, or subscribe to my newsletter, or buy my book, Masculine and Feminine Polarity Work, that would be awesome. And if you have any questions, just send me an email.